Get two of the plastic, the newer style Wartracks. And these are much nicer than the old ones. I have a couple of the old ones too. I'll show you them later. The gunners on them are removable for when you get weapon destroyed or when you kill the crew if you're playing the older version. And the nice thing about this one is it actually has the parts, put that aside, to turn this into a Scorcher. If you haven't seen the old Scorcher models. And that's that version of the Scorcher. I also have the original Scorcher. That was also included in this packet stuff I picked up. So they come in handy. That adds to the custom Scorchers that I already own that a friend of mine made for me. And this is the original Rogue Trader, the classic pewter or Wartrack, or not pewter, whatever metal they made them out of. But to give you kind of an idea, that's the old one. This is the one they replaced it with. A little bit difference in size. Everything seems to have gotten bigger as time went on. But really cool looking model. I don't know how much detail you can get with it being just metal. Try to focus a little here. You got the guy on the back manning the gun. The rider with his little goggles. Love these old figures. They were much more, I guess, goofy is the word. And towards the newer ones have gone to a lot more serious side. There's yet another Ork Warbiker. There was a bunch of them in this. Some of them I showed in a different video, the classic Rogue Trader edition versions. This is one of the second edition versions. Still got to put them on a base. But so another one of them. Never have enough more bikes. Got two more trucks here. This one doesn't have any crew. Basic second edition truck. It's assembled exactly the way it's supposed to be. Nothing added, nothing customized yet. That's probably going to change before I add the crew to it. This one here is actually a bit more custom. The guy I got these from used to play Gorka Morka. Anybody who's not familiar with that, it was a GW game. Basically Orks versus Orks. They had racing, they had fighting. It was an interesting game. This Wartruck's been customized. Get the very old close combat claw. Don't know how well that comes out. But got the wrecking ball here. And they put door on the back, extra armor plating all the way around. And I don't even think I'm going to repaint this one. I think I'm going to leave it just as it is, just because I like it. Being that I love my speed freaks, there was a couple more buggies. This one's been modified slightly, not a lot. There's skulls on the hubcaps, emblem on the front. The crew is removable. The gun is removable. The other one is actually missing its gun. And again, he's removable. But the gunners here, I have the gun. I'm trying to work on a new mounting for it because it was missing its original one. So I may work something out for that. I may even put a different gun on it just because. And then for those of you who've probably never seen one, this is the original Rogue Trader War Buggy. It's all metal. And let me refocus this here. And the driver has his little crash helmet and goggles. There's a face on the grill. I don't know how well you can see it. There's a squig to either side for headlights. Wasn't painted too great, so it lost a little bit of the detail, but you kind of get the idea. I believe that's supposed to be a heavy flamer or scorcher, depending on what edition you play. It's missing the gunner. I have a guy I can use for it. There's enough bits to build another gunner for it, but yeah, so that's a piece of Warhammer history there. One of the original models from before it was even called Warhammer 40k. And yet some more. 3 Killa Kans. Each have a different loadout. That one has an auto cannon. That one has a heavy flamer, or Scorcha, whatever they call them now. And that one has rocket launchers. They weren't even assembled yet. I actually put these together. Most of the stuff wasn't assembled, but not that great now that the new plastic ones are out. But hey, you can't ever go wrong with more cans. Yeah, we like to use a lot of custom homemade models and things. And I'm not even sure who made this kit, but this truck's actually made of like a plaster, almost resin. And you can see little chips and nicks. I actually think they help it. With a little more addition, it can be a little more orky once it gets painted and finalized up. Originally there was like an AK-47 mounted here, but the orky plasma rifle is just too nice to have there. Yeah, so that's gonna become a war truck basically, and needs a little bit of work, but that was also included in here. And there was another company a few years back called Enigma that made very similar Space Marine models and such. And this quad runner was actually designed for a dwarf type, and obviously it's been modified for an orc rider, and he's removable. But mounted twin-linked heavy flamers on the front, which really is kind of a pointless type weapon, but it looks really cool, and I had them laying around as spare bits. I may replace that out. I have a twin auto cannon I think I'm actually going to put on there. But that one, the actual bike itself, being that this is your old discontinued model brand, is actually made of solid lead. You can see there were 3 pieces there that go together, but the whole thing weighs like 5 pounds. So, to give you a kind of an idea how really big it is, I mean, we can compare. Everybody's seen a Killa Kan. This thing actually has more metal in it than a Killa Kan, and being lead instead of the nice safe metals we use today. But again, once it's painted up and primed and painted and clear coated, the lead really makes no difference. It's not like they're toys that are going to be played with, by little kids. So I don't mind having the lead figures. I know some people freak out about them. And the pinnacle of this army, but last thing but not the least, is the custom Battlewagon. Got the cutter blade in the front there. There's 2 cannons here. There's your driver and gunner. There's a little gun mount up here that rotates. And these guns are removable, so you can take them off or switch them out with other guns. There's heavy bolter here, heavy bolter there, which again are removable in case you want to swap them out. There's various weapons and whatnot around the centerpiece here. Big deck area for your boys to sit in. Of course, armor plated goodness all the way around. Open in the back so they can get on and off. Big orky engine, because bigger is better. And the turret up here, got a full 360-degree rotation, and it's actually screwed on. If you unscrew it enough here, it can be removed to be replaced with something else, or even not used. The turret itself, there's a gunner there, some big shells. And he's just having a field day on his little gun there. I doubt I can get this back on with one hand, but I'll try. But I don't have a Battlewagon yet. I plan on buying the GW one because the new one does look kind of cool with some modifications. I'm sure it would be a really cool addition to any orc army, and I do plan on getting one. But for now, I think this one's really cool. Anyway, that's kind of everything there. I went through all the stuff over there, and all the stuff over there, and of course the box of stuff I went through in the last video. And that's what I've picked up. And of course there's plenty of bits. There's a whole bits box over there of extra parts and stuff. Not to mention a bunch of bits I already mixed in my bits box. And a bunch that I used when I put some of the stuff together. So I think it was a great deal. It's going to add a ton to my army, and I can't wait to do another full army video so you guys can see it.